Welcome to the 2020 graduation ceremony for the students of the World Maritime University. Our President, Dr. Cleopatra Doumbia Henry, will now give the opening address.
Good afternoon to the class of 2020. My dear graduates, well, what a year you have had. That's an understatement. Whether you've been based here in Malmo, or whether you have spent the last year in your home country, 2020 is a year that has already become a historical milestone. The class of 2020 will go down in the WMU's history. Due to the increasing number of COVID-19 cases in the Scania region, we have had to continually adjust our graduation ceremony in order to limit the potential exposure to the pandemic. This has been in the interest of all of us. I know that it has been tough for all of you, especially for those who have been based here, far from your family and friends. But the reason we will be remembered, and particularly you, the class of 2020, in the annals of the university, is certainly not a negative one. No, you will be remembered for your strength, for your resilience, and for your true grit in the face of the adversity of the pandemic. You set out on a journey to study at WMU and to gain your degree within the time allotted. And this is exactly what you have achieved. The route that you have taken was not the one mapped out for you before you arrived here. And many important aspects of your life here in Malmo were not what any one of us expected. Yet, instead, you have worked hard together to create a vibrant community in the face of this pandemic. You have stuck together to keep each other safe, and you have found new ways to deal with the restrictions of life in 2020, whether that was following outdoor Zumba classes or creating support networks. Dear graduates, the bonds that you have forged within the class of 2020 will last for the rest of your lives. You have been simply magnificent throughout, and for this, on behalf of all faculty and staff, a great big thanks. In addition to coping with the pandemic, you have taken part in 2 accreditation exercises. This is historic for the university. I wish to thank you for your contributions to making this exercise so far a success in your participation. We will all have to await the outcome. But we all know how important these accreditation exercises are for the university and for you personally. You have worked hard, following classes and writing your dissertations while also dealing with everything else. Well done, class. And so this is why you will go on to great things, I have no doubt. The strongest steel is forged through tempering, heating it to a great to great temperatures, you can truly regard yourselves as being made of the finest tempered steel. And I know that you will put this strength and the resilience that you have built into the service of rebuilding the international maritime community. It has indeed become a cliche to say that we are going to face a new normal. But this is a simple and basic truth. The pandemic has had a terrible effect on members of our community, including those seafarers, our seafarers, who have not been able to disembark from their vessels and return home to their loved ones, or the companies that power our world and its essential commerce. But after destruction comes rebuilding. The effects of the pandemic have allowed us all the opportunity to recalibrate our activities and to consider whether the old established ways are proper and useful for the coming decades. You will need to think about that as you take on your new responsibilities. You, the class of 2020, you will be the vanguard in the rebuilding process with your expertise, the knowledge that you have gained, and the experience that has come with it. We will all rely on you to lead the way into the future. You are the citizens of our globalized world. You know and you understand the benefits of sustained development, secure governance, and the fight that we have to continue to lead against climate change. You are the ambassadors for the whole of the United Nations system, wherever your countries and wherever the directions take you. Bring this knowledge to bear in the rebuilding process so that your values are embedded in the new tomorrow. Dear graduates, this weekend we are celebrating our Malmo-based graduates. And in the class of 2020, 115 of you will graduate from the Malmo MSc program, of whom 32 of you are women. One graduate will be admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. And next week, we will celebrate the achievement of the distance learning students. By the end of 2020, the world will have an additional 226 experts, and in total, WMU would have 5,393 graduates from 170 countries, of whom 1,178 are women. We are continuing to make progress in this respect. I am honored to have played my part in this, but I am just one individual. All of us together have played our part, and I want to congratulate all of you on your great efforts that you have made during your time at WMU. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank our donors, all of them, our sponsors, and our supporters who have made it possible for you to study at WMU. And we have a deep depth of gratitude to the government of Sweden and the wonderful city of Malmo, our generous hosts, for all of our generous fellowship donors, and in particular to the Nippon Foundation, to the governments and the employers who have funded some of your studies, and to those who have been self-funded. We offer our appreciation and our thanks. Our supporters make the unique experience of WMU possible. That they have maintained their support for the class of 2021 during these COVID times is a clear demonstration of the value and of the worth of WMU and its graduates around the world. As always, at graduation, we are saying goodbye. But instead, we also want to think a bit about it as an au revoir. See you again, not an adieu. We are proud of the class of 2020. We are proud of the futures that lie before you and of the international impact that you will undoubtedly be making as you go back to your respective countries and institutions. You bear great responsibilities. These responsibilities you hold on your shoulders. I am confident that each and every one of you will make a great impact on the world, no matter how small, no matter how big, but yes, you will. Yes, you can. Yes, together we can. Thank you.
Our guest of honour is the Mayor and Chairperson of the Malmö City Council, Ms. Carina Nilsson, and I invite your attention to her address.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the City of Malmö, I would say a big congratulations to you all students here today. Due to the COVID, we cannot gather like we normally would, but this didn't stop us from celebrating this important occasion, your graduation. In Malmö, we are proud of the World Maritime University and very pleased sponsors of the university. We think that it's wonderful that the UN's only building in Sweden is your university, and all the knowledge which is built in there is impressive. The UN Sustainable Development Goals are guiding stars both for the City of Malmö and for the Maritime University. We are at the core of everything we do. We as a city work hard to ensure that our residents know what that happens globally impact us here locally, and also the reverse. What we do here has a direct impact on the surrounding world. Goals like number 14, which highlight the need for protect and to use the ocean and the maritime resources in a sustainable way, are goals which we share. And I wish that you all have that with you in the future. And I also want to highlight goal number 5, gender equality. It's important for the city, and I know it's also for the university. We as a city have a history and a development which is closely linked to the water, from the herring fishing to a harbor that we have invested a lot in. The ocean is important for our city, but as you all know, the role of water and the oceans are also becoming more and more important in global politics. This is just one of the many areas in which you will have an important role to play in the years to come. We do find it extra fitting that our diverse city has been the host of such a diverse student body, and I hope that you have feel that there is someone in Malmö who speaks your language perfect and that help you to feel very welcome here in the city. Malmö is often described as a young, modern and global city. Indeed, these are the very same characteristics that could describe the World Maritime University students. I'm extra honored as a representative for the city to congratulate all of you to have finished your education this year. I remember seeing some of you unexpectedly outside a building a few weeks ago, and I could feel your happiness at that day, and I share the joy with you, and I want to say that we are very proud of your accomplishments. Now, this part of the journey is coming to an end, and as you all start your next chapter in life, I want to remind you that you are the future leaders within the maritime field and that we have very high expectations for you all. And you have the latest knowledge and the whole world as your field of work. I do hope that Malmö has a special place in your heart, and either if you stay here more or you will come back to visit you here, I will really say welcome back again to Malmö. So I just finish to saying thank you for your hard work and the best of luck to you all. And once again, a big congratulations from the entire city of Malmö.
The Chancellor of the University, Mr. Ki-Tak Lim, Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, will now deliver the graduation address.
Dear graduate, it is a great pleasure for me to address you on this very prestigious occasion. Your graduation is a culmination of many months of hard work. And even in today's new normal, it is a joyous and inspiring occasion. I know you all have been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has also had an unprecedented impact on the shipping industry and the seafarers. I have received regular briefings from the President since March this year on the steps taken by the university to ensure health and safety of each student and the successful completion of the academic year. I know this year it is impossible due to current measures in place in Sweden to hold usual magnificent graduate ceremony that many of you saw last year. However, by managing to arrange dedicated online ceremonies, the university has done its utmost effort to ensure that this momentous step in your lives is marked and your achievements are celebrated. I extend my wholehearted congratulations to you for your remarkable achievement. Over the course of the 2020 graduation ceremonies, 224 maritime professionals will receive their degrees and diplomas, bringing the total number of WMU graduates to 5,380. Together, you form a mighty international network and a great force for good in the world. You know, you can rely on each other, on those who came before you, and on the faculty and the staff who have accompanied you on the journey. I express my heartfelt appreciation to all organizations and institutions that provide support to the university to achieve its mission. I'd like to recognize the government of Sweden and the city of Malmö, which has hosted and immensely supported the university since 1983. My deepest gratitude goes to the international donors who have provided fellowships for the class of 2020, particularly the Nippon Foundation, the ITF Seafarers Trust, the TK Foundation, Orient Fund, Stena Rederi, GARD AS, the Norwegian Seafarers Union, the MPA Academy of Singapore, the Government of Australia, Germany, the Republic of Korea, Norway, and South Africa, as well as many governments which have sponsored their employees. Dear graduate, as a WMU graduate myself, I'm sure that journeying at WMU will have a profound impact on your rest of lives. You, the class of 2020, have been equipped with the necessary skill to contribute effectively to the realization of IMO's goal. You had the privilege of being trained at WMU. You are now ready to take your places on the great stage of the world maritime and ocean sectors. I trust you to use your new expertise for the benefit of all of us, and you will foster sustainable development in support of the achievement of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. When you are advising or representing your country, or when you are negotiating with international partners, you will rely on the education and training that you have received at World Maritime University. I'd like you all to keep in mind the UN General Assembly resolution on the ocean and the law of the sea, which for the 12th consecutive years recognized WMU work and encouraged the maritime community at large to continue to support its mission. Dear graduate, the future is yours. You are the next generation of maritime leaders. You have been equipped to work in the international maritime and ocean community. Its success rests on your shoulders. The maritime sector will lead considerable efforts from all of you to support recovery and to rebuild after the pandemic. I believe that this rebuilding could not rest in better hands. Do not forget, it will be our concerted effort that will ensure that our beautiful oceans are passed on to future generations, and that the shipping industry maintain the course to achieve sustainable shipping for a sustainable planet. I congratulate you on your achievement and hope to meet you all in person on future occasions. Thank you.
I now invite the President to the lectern for the conferral of the honorary awards.
By the authority vested in me by the Charter, statutes, and rules of the World Maritime University, and in recognition of the distinguished service the awards. Okay, the abstention one. Thank you. So let me start all over again. By the authority vested in me by the Charter, statutes and rules of the World Maritime University, I hereby present the following awards in absentia.
In recognition of his distinguished service to the maritime world, and in particular, his 12 years as accredited representative at the International Maritime Organization for the International Association of Classification Societies, and his decade as a member of WMU's Board of Governors. The award of Honorary Fellow is made to Mr. Paul Sadler of the United Kingdom. In recognition of his long and distinguished service to the international maritime community, most recently as Deputy Director General, Department of International Cooperation, Ministry of Transport, Government of the Republic of China since 2012, and as Chair of IMO Council since 2017, the award of Outstanding Alumnus is made to Mr. Zhang Xiaojie of the People's Republic of China, who received his MSc in Maritime Affairs, specializing in maritime safety and environmental protection in 1999. Would the graduands please stand for the conferral of their degrees? The President will now make the statement of her authority.
By the authority vested in me by the Charter, statutes, and rules of the World Maritime University, I hereby admit you to the degree of Master of Science or to the postgraduate diploma as approved by the Academic Council, and confirm that you are entitled to all rights, privileges, and prerogatives pertaining thereto.
First row of graduands, please remain standing. The others may sit. The Grand Marshal will now lead the graduands to the platform. Conferred with the degree of Master of Science or Postgraduate Diploma in Maritime Affairs, Maritime Safety and Environmental Administration. Ikomang Hedi Pramana Adiputra, Indonesia. In absentia, Ashraf Wasfi Mohammed Al-Momani, Jordan. Fana Ahmed Mohammed Ali, Yemen. Abdullah Awad Al-Mutayri, Saudi Arabia. Bina Obom Amatari, Nigeria. In absentia, Abdul Hamid Atumani, Comoros. Guillermo Alberto Benitez Valverde, Peru. Cleopatra Latifa Cuevas, Belize. Abdul Aziz Diouf, Senegal. In absentia, Said Ilyas Gadirov, Azerbaijan. Jogal Gais, Senegal. David Guevara Haro, Ecuador. In absentia, Hojanepes Guliev, Turkmenistan. Han Sing-kun, Korea. Sinchike Baba Haruna, Nigeria. Islam Hassan Abdel Fattah Hassan, Egypt. Connie Ralph Housing, Papua New Guinea. Amin Hosni, Tunisia. Hashimbala Ibrahim, Nigeria. Jin Ha-young, Korea. Awarded with distinction, Anish Joseph, India. Awarded with distinction, Koo Byung-chul, Korea. Awarded with distinction in absentia, Vikram Singh Manhas, India. Abdullah Mohammed Mubaraki, Saudi Arabia. Nitin Mukesh, India. Ade Madani Putra, Indonesia. In absentia, Indika Chandragupta Gunawardena Rambanda Devagaya, Sri Lanka. Aryamanjula Ranawira Mudianselage, Sri Lanka. In absentia, Duramani Kempa Sisse, Sierra Leone. Badri Tetamadze, Georgia. Farouk Abubakar Usman, Nigeria. In absentia, Godofredo Vagilidad, Philippines. Yoshikatsu Yasuta, Japan. We now come to a very special part of the program where awards are made to individual graduates in recognition of their outstanding academic or individual performance. for the Schluter Foundation Dissertation Prize. Koo Byung-chul, Republic of Korea. The annual Kalmar Prizes recognize 10 students who have distinguished themselves as role models for their classmates during the year. In this ceremony, we are pleased to announce 5 winners of these awards. Cleopatra Cuevas, Belize. Jogal Guess, Senegal. Sinchike Haruna, Nigeria. Hashim Bala Ibrahim, Nigeria. Anish Joseph, India. At this point, we would like to express our thanks to the musicians from the Marlborough Fire Brigade Orchestra for their splendid contribution to our ceremony today. This ceremony is coming to an end. It has been an extraordinary ceremony in extraordinary times. Nothing, however, changes the university's pride in its graduates. I now invite the President, Vice President, Registrar, faculty and graduates to rise. Will the Grand Marshal please lead the recession from the auditorium?